Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel if you've been here before. Please subscribe if you haven't yet already. It's a red button beneath me somewhere, and if you click on that you'll be subscribed. There's also a white bell next to that, and if you click on that you'll get an alert every time I upload new content. And if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. That would make me very happy. Today's video is the 7th in a series where I am taking the Rae Morris Makeup Masterclass book, and I'm taking different chapters and looks from this book and doing it myself. And doing it myself with my skin tone and with my makeup collection and with my skin type and with my skill set, or the things that I'm afraid or not afraid to do. Today I'm doing Eye Conic, which is what you see here, which is a look that she did for her friend Lizzie's wedding. Lizzie is the model that you're seeing here. And I am applying false eyelashes in this video, which is, I'm just amazed that I was able to do it at all. So if you'd like to see how I got this look and applied false eyelashes, which is still kind of hard to believe that I did it, but I really did. And if you watch the video, you'll see it. Please keep watching. All right, y'all, I'm nervous. I don't think I've been this nervous to film since my very first video ever. False eyelashes freak me out. So I'm just gonna do it because it's just makeup and I can take it off if I want to. Wow, okay. I do have plans later today, so I am going to do a couple of things that she doesn't do. So one of the things that Rae Morris really never does is tell you to prime. So I'm first going to prime my face with my The Ordinary High Adherence Silicone Primer. And I'm a little shaky, but I'm being completely honest when I say that I am just not good at this. And there was a time that I wasn't good at doing a wing, and I'm sure there are people who look at this book that say, oh my god, the false lashes seem easy, but the idea of doing a wing is freaking me out. So it's good to be reminded about how terrifying it can be. Okay, I'm moving on. Woo! Then I'm going to apply foundation. For foundation, I'm going to use the Fenty foundation. I'm trying to look to see what color I am. I don't know if I think I'm 7L01. Supposed to shake this before you put it on. And because I have plans today, I'm applying a foundation that I know will stick around longer. What I often do with these is I apply like a serum foundation, especially if she's saying to use light coverage. But for this, I'm using my Fenty, and I'm going to blend with this Zoeva buffer brush. I will speed you through that. She also is not using concealer on this model, and I'm going to use a little concealer. For this I'm going to use my Maybelline Instant Age Rewind, and this is the neutralizer one of the neutralizer ones, and this is supposed to cancel out dark circles. And for that I'm going to blend with this Sigma kind of, what is it called? Tapered Kabuki, which I used to use for contour, but someone, I forget who it was, someone who I was watching recently was using this brush, and this is a perfect size, because sometimes I usually use my finger, and I often just end up going back in with my finger to blend, which I think I'll do here, but the size of this is just perfect for the under part of my eye. And then, because I applied under eye concealer, gonna set that with my Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder. And so I've done a few things so far that are not in the instructions, but that's fine. And then she does say to powder the T-zone. So I'm gonna do that with my Rimmel Stay Matte Powder and one of these new sparkly Real Techniques brushes. And she also says to powder your lid, which I'm not gonna do because I'm gonna go in with my MAC Paint Pot and Painterly, because I do want to remove some of the discoloration on my lid, because there's really not a lot of eyeshadow going on in this look at all. So I want to start with a clean base. So just trying to neutralize what I have there and on the other eye. And I'm not going to powder this down. If I was going in with an eyeshadow powder, I would do that, next, but I'm not going to go in with the powder. I'm going to go in with something different. I'll let that sit for a second. We are then contouring, and we're contouring the forehead, the temple, under the cheek, and the jawline. So because I have fringe, I don't really do any contouring on my forehead or my temple. But I will do my cheek. I'm going to use my Urban Decay Shapeshifter palette, and I'll be going in with the powder bronzer. And I'm using this. This is a great brush. This is the e.l.f. sculpting brush. I'm going to go in, tap it off. It's fairly pigmented. This is in light, the light to medium, I think. I think there's light to medium and medium to deep, and this is the lighter of the two. Just giving myself a little bit of a cheekbone, and then the jawline. And over here, and under my chin. Okay. Then I said that I wasn't going to be applying a powder, and I'll bring you in because everything's going to be on my eyes for the next few steps, which is a little terrifying. All right, now we're applying a matte brown eyeshadow to the top eyelids, the outer corner of the eyes, and up. So what that kind of, and I'll insert a picture of the model here. I think that means that I'm kind of just doing it up here, that I'm leaving my lid naked. And for the powder, for the color, the eyeshadow color, I'm going to use one of the Rae Morris Caviar sticks. This is one of the, there was like a 4 set that came out around the holidays, and this is in Au Naturel. And this is the reason why I didn't set the paint pot. So just applying it in the inner and outer corners, and then up here a little bit, I guess. And not a lot going on here with color, or with really any kind of shadow, but I did need some kind of a base. I'm gonna blend that a little bit. This is another one of the Real Techniques new fabulous glittery brushes. This is one of the eye brushes, just to blend that a little bit. Then going to apply liner. So she is saying to apply a liquid liner. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to apply gel liner. For that, I'm going to use my Inglot 77 liner. And there is a whole section in here on eyeliner and on doing a cat eye. And there are different techniques. One of the ones that she talks about is using tape, and that's the one that she's talking about in this step. I'm not going to do that because for me, if I ever use tape, it ends up pulling off my foundation, and I already have foundation on. And I'm using a Delium Tool 706. This has become my favorite liner brush. So I'm going to go in. I made a video a long time ago about eyeliner, doing a cat eye. I think I might need to redo it. It's been a while. I think I probably will. But I'm going to go in, and what I do, one of the things that I do if I'm using gel is I put it in the lid and then I kind of squish it around because I want it to be evenly distributed on the brush, but not overly clumpy. And I'm going to start in, bring it out, and then one of the other things that she mentions is, so after I've done that, she says, not in this step, but in the eyelash chapter, that you should do like your wing, both of your wings kind of at the same time to make sure that they're even. And I do have times that my wings are not even. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to line the top of my other eye. Normally I'd go in and do my wing, my full wing here. I'm going to line the top of my other eye, and then I'm going to start the wing on my first eye, and then I will start the wing on the second eye. Instead of filling in the whole thing, I'll kind of start it and then start it here, start it there. And it's a little bit thicker on that eye than it is on this one, so I'm just gonna make this a little bit thicker to begin with. And I know that I'm going to have part of the lash band covering it, and I'll go over afterwards too to cover it up. I'm thinking about the lashes again. All right, so going back in with a little more product on my brush. I'm again taking it from the lid, going to, so I'm starting at the kind of corner edge of my eye, and I'm just kind of bringing it up to where I think it will be. One of the things that she says in the eyeliner chapter is that the tip of your wing should always be at or higher than the top of your eyelid. So what that means is, like, that would be the lowest when your eyes are open. That would be the lowest that I would really want to go. I usually go a little bit higher. She says that if you make your wing lower than that, like if I were to stop it here, that it would make my eyes look droopy, but not to worry about that, because that is something that was in fashion in the 50s, kind of a droopy, like bedroom eyes. All right, then, so I'm just doing kind of the outer part, and actually they look pretty symmetrical, maybe more than I'm used to doing. I'll make this a little bit higher, and I'll make this a little bit higher. Pretty symmetrical. And I'm looking at myself in the mirror down a little bit. I'm looking in the viewfinder straight. And that's the other thing too, is as much as you can, you want to be applying, and now I'm just filling in. What I'm doing is I'm taking from where that natural kind of, not really a bend, but that natural point here, kind of as my lid comes down, and then I'm sweeping that down so it connects with the stuff with the liner that I had on top of my lid. And I will fill in the other side over here. I'm opening my eye as much as I can because I want to fill in the color that was kind of missing there. And then again, right at that point, kind of as it swoops down, I'm just coloring in to match what's happening on my lid. And it's a little bit uneven on this side, so I'm just gonna bring that down. I don't even need to use micellar water really. Normally I would clean up the edges. Maybe I will, just for thoroughness sake. Her technique for cleaning up a brow that went a little bit too haywire, or cleaning up a wing, is to use foundation. I always use a very pointy Q-tip. This is one of the ones from Sephora, and I'm just using some micellar water just to sharpen that a little bit. For me, foundation doesn't really cover it up. And then a little bit more right in there, just opening it up, filling it in. Okay. Then when I'm done with my lashes, I will go back in with a pen. I'll be honest, I got a lot of text from someone, and I went to go turn off my phone, and I forget what I was saying. But I know, number one, it was about cleaning up my eyes, and number two, I was being a little bit scared about the fact that I'm now heading in to my lashes. All right, so for this, I have chosen these lashes. They're from Eyelure Rosie B Kitty Lashes. They're 3/4 length, and I know that you can cut them, but they just end up not looking great on me. Another one of the things that she says is, and it's true, that eyelashes do generally come with a glue, but that she recommends using whatever kind of glue is your favorite glue. So for as little as I use lashes, I actually do have a favorite glue. They come like this, so you know which one is right and which one is left. And I am going to, and generally too, the shorter side goes in and the longer side goes out. And I am going to begin lifting off with a pair of tweezers, and then I'm just going to gently pull it off with my hand, my fingers. And my favorite lash glue is Velour Lash, and I feel like I did lashes once before. I think it was for like New Year's Eve or something, and on this channel. And the reason I mentioned before, the reason why I use this glue is because the Andrea or the Ardell, the ones that most people use, I think that they use formaldehyde as a preservative, and it just kind of wigs me out. And I don't use my eyelash glue very often. Oh, and I'm also wiggling is what I'm doing, just kind of making this so it's not as stiff. I don't use eyelash glue very often, and so I wouldn't know if it went bad. This I would know if it goes bad because it doesn't smell really like anything. What do you smell like? Not really like anything. Well, a little bit, but not as strong as the other. So I feel like I would know better if this goes than I would if the other goes. All right. Then what I'm gonna do, so I've kind of loosened this up a little bit. I'm using one of these guys. I think that they're called a Bullseye maybe. And there are other companies that do them. Just looking for any kind of a thing that helps me position over my lid. I don't have any glue on this yet. I just wanna position. And she says that another tip that she has included, there's a whole chapter on lashes, and she doesn't call them false lashes, she just calls them lashes. And one of the things is that you don't want to have the end of the lash extend to where your natural lash is. You want it to stop a little bit before that because it can make your eyes a little bit droopy. So I'm just going to try to kind of get that there. She also says that she generally starts at the outside, so then you can know exactly where it's going to be hitting. Because these are 3/4 lashes, I know they're going to fit, and because I'm also putting them on my lids before I actually put on the glue, that's fine. But yeah, there's just too much going on here. One of the other things that I've seen her do in other chapters, some of the other looks that I've done, is sometimes she splits these into thirds, which I might actually try the next look that we do that includes lashes. Maybe I'll do it, but I'll split them into 3. All right, then I'm gonna curl my lashes. I'm not going to apply mascara, I don't think. Maybe I will, I don't think I will, because I like these lashes and I think I wanna use them again. So I'm just giving my natural lashes a curl so that they play nice with the ones that I'm putting on. All right, y'all, here we go. So I am putting my lashes in the tweezers. I'm gonna put glue on to the lashes, and you wanna put a kind of coating on the lashes. And then what I've heard and what I've never had a problem with my lashes coming off. I'm not doing theater or anything, but you're supposed to do a little bit extra on the ends because that is where you are most likely to have them come off as opposed to kind of in the middle. All right, and then you want to let this hang out for a while. If you're doing your own lashes, I guess you could blow on it. You're not supposed to do that. Definitely if you're doing someone else's lashes, you shouldn't be blowing on it. It's kind of not sanitary. But you want to put this on before things dry down all the way, but while they're still a little bit tacky. And so not too liquidy. I'm just gonna kind of move this around and then I'll touch it and kind of see how tacky it is. And okay, it's actually already pretty tacky. All right, y'all. Cross your fingers, hold your breath. Here I go. Going in. I may not be talking because I don't know if I can talk and do this at the same time. All right, it's on in the center, and then I'm flipping this over, whether you're using regular tweezers or whatever you're using. Flip it over and you can use the other side to tap down. Yeah, so she starts it on the outside. But the way that I've always done it when I've ever done it, which is seldom, is starting in the middle just to make sure that it's centered and then tapping out. Yeah, so honestly, I don't know if I can articulate this clearly enough that if I can do this, anybody can do this. I am not a pro, not really even an amateur. I have no idea what I'm doing. I have just practiced a lot and I know where I make mistakes, and I realize now, because I am doing extra things to put on primers, I'm going out. So my rule about kind of practicing before you go, which I do all the time, I've practiced this a lot, but I'm still nervous. But that rule still obtains to practice and have fun with it and all of those things. So I'm gonna just give this one, same thing. I do find often that one eye is harder than the other just because of, I guess that makes sense in terms of handedness, and that's good. All right, I'm gonna apply glue to this and let it dry, and I'll see you on the other side of this application. Yeah, honestly, if I can do it, anybody in the world can do it with a little courage, a little practice, and yeah, just putting one foot in front of the other. All right, now I'm looking at my lash line, and actually I don't really have to do much. I'll do a little bit. I'm gonna go in with, I like this. This is the NYX, that's the point liner, really fine. And I'm just gonna go in, normally when I curl my lashes, it picks up some of the liner that I have on my lashes, but it actually didn't do very much there. Then, yeah, paint the seam of the false lash so that you can't see the white seam. I don't have a white seam, I have a black seam. And then define the eyebrows, which I will do, using my Anastasia Brow Wiz in dark brown. I'll zoom you through this. Then I'll give them a little brush. And the last step, the penultimate step, is to apply a cream bronzer, which I don't normally apply bronzer at all, but I definitely don't apply a cream bronzer. So I'm not gonna do that. The last step is to finish with a nude rose brown lipstick. And for that, I'm gonna use my ColourPop Lippy Stick in Lumiere. And that is that. Wow, this was challenging, but I am glad that I did it. I was nervous about it, but challenge accepted, and I think challenge conquered is not really what I want to say, but I'm glad that I did it. And thank you guys for watching. I have witnesses to the fact that I can apply false eyelashes sometimes, and I'm going somewhere now, so I'm glad that I did it okay. Thank you for watching me and for bearing witness to me doing this. A lot to do in the world and a lot to do on YouTube, and I really appreciate the time that you took to spend with me today. Take care, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye.